Howdy y'all, I have got a new bow here from Amazon to check out. I know y'all like the other ones I've done, so I just figured this would be something different. I found this Pandarus Compound Bow on Amazon. Is ranking as the #1 compound bow right now, so I wanted to order one and see what it looks like. I paid for this with my own money, so this is not sponsored in any way. The specs on it are like a 19 to 28, I think, inch draw, 15 to 30 pounds. So it looks like the specs are very similar to the PSE mini burner. So I'm sort of curious if it's the same bow, because I know a lot of these bow companies are sourcing their stuff from China. So let's open it up and see. I hadn't even opened it up yet. Another box. Let's see what we got in here. Okay. So it looks like we got a target. Not a big deal. We have some fiberglass arrows. We'll check into those. Typically fiberglass arrows I don't recommend shooting unless it's an extremely low poundage. Set those to the side. Here's the owner's manual that shows everything. This side's in Chinese. Okay, we got some English here. This just shows you basics of how to set the cam and how to put the parts on and that sort of thing. So it shows you what position to put it in from 19 to 28 inch draw and so on and so forth. We'll set that aside. Looks like we got a pretty nice looking arm guard. And then here's our stuff we've been waiting on. Let's just go ahead and pull the bow out. So as I sort of expected, it is a plastic riser, plastic feeling limbs and cams. Let's get that out of the way. So here it is. Hopefully you can see from the overhead view. It looks decent. We do have to bolt on a few accessories. We'll do that real quick so you can see how that goes, but let me just take a quick look at it. So what I can already tell you I do like about it is the draw lengths are clearly marked. There's one screw to set the draw length, and you don't need a bow press to do it, so that's a big help. I'm just going to quickly draw this thing back and see what it feels like. It's on a low poundage. It's timed well. The cams are in time and sync, so that's a good thing. Let's open up our packages. We got a single pin sight here. Let's see what else they sent us. We got a quiver that attaches, the Allen wrenches to install everything, and a Chinese version of a Whisker Biscuit arrow rest. So let's put everything together real quick and then maybe take a few test shots. So first we're going to take our bolt that comes with our arrow rest. The arrow rest we're going to assemble. I got to take the screw out. Oop, I'm dropping stuff. I can possibly do a better in-depth video on this if it would be helpful. So a lot of these Amazon bows we get in, people put the rest on backwards. So let's make sure we put it on correctly for a right-handed bow. All I did was put this screw in it. And now I'm going to use the wrenches that they provided. Should be a 3/16 of an inch wrench. And we're going to bolt this thing onto the bow like this. And all you're going to want to do is put that screw in. So here's what we got so far right here. I'm just going to eyeball it and level this up, tighten it down. Okay, I got it good and snug. So the rest is on and secured. I'm going to cut these arrows apart. They got a tie strap on them. They've already got the loop tied on the string, so that's a plus. I'm just going to stick the arrow in there and make sure it looks level. It does, so no, I'm not going to do anything to that just yet. Then we've got our sight, and it's just going to bolt on to the bow like so. Let me get it going. So far, I mean, this is a plastic bow. Know that ahead of time. You know, this is a cheap package. It's plastic, but I think for a kid, this is going to be an okay setup. Again, I'm just going to bolt this on, then I'll show you how I did it. Okay, sight has been bolted on like so. Okay, now for the quiver, we should have quiver mounts top and bottom. That's going to line up with these hex mounts. I'm going to put it on there. Okay, so we got our quiver secured. It just fits into the matching little hex things top and bottom of the riser. And then you take a screw out of it and run it through the other end. It's pretty self-explanatory. The limb says Duke 6, whatever that means. So let's talk about changing the draw length on this bow. To change the draw length, all you have to do is remove that screw, rotate this module to whatever length that correlates with that screw. So right now it's on 26. Do it top and bottom. Pretty simple. It's a plastic cam, but it does have a brass fitting for that screw. And then to change the draw weight, all you have to do with any bow is loosen these limb bolts up here. So it looks like they're maxed out right now, so it should be on about 30 pounds. All right, well, that's the setup of this Pandarus Compound Bow from Amazon. I wouldn't think it would take anybody over about 15 minutes. Even with no previous bow experience, all you got to do is mount the rest, the sight, and the quiver. One other piece of advice is when you mount the rest, what we call center shot is moving this rest in and out left and right. You just pretty much want to make it even to where it's not pointed left or right. So the easiest way to do that is put an arrow in the bow look down the arrow, line your string up with the center of the riser, which is the main part of the bow, and put this rest right in the middle of it, and then just tighten it down with this back screw. I can go more into that if y'all would like me to. Just let me know in the comments. Also, this peep sight that you look through is pre-tied in. You can slide it up and down. You're going to want to set that to your preference. You just want to draw it back. See, you know, anchor, we call it anchoring when you find somewhere to put your hand for the most part, and then just have somebody move it up or down. It's tied above and below, but the whole thing will slide. So just by looking at this bow for you know, about $100, it might be pretty decent for a child or a kid. Let's go out and shoot it a few times, see how it feels, how it performs. I also noticed it has what they call a limb stop on it. On the top cam, once you set your modules, you can slide this to where it gives you a very solid back wall. So that's pretty cool. You know, the drawbacks is it's plastic, but I would say for who it's intended for, which is probably a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old kid, you know, maybe even a lady that's just wanting to test the water and see if they can get into shooting, probably going to be a decent bow. I'll let you know as we spend a few weeks and months with it. If you got any questions, let us know in the comments. And if you want to buy one, definitely click the link in the comment and it'll help support our channel. But for the time being, let's walk out and shoot it a few times. Get a little bit of footage of that, and then we'll let you know our final thoughts on it. All right, well, I got to put a few shots through this thing. What I can tell you is it's a decent bow. It is plastic, so you know, you get what you pay for. But for a beginner that's a kid starting out, I'd probably recommend it so far. The arrows are on the heavy side and they're fiberglass, so if I was going to upgrade something, it would definitely be the arrows. But you get a dozen, it'll be fine for a kid at close distance shooting at a target. You get the arm guard, you get the paper target. You can upgrade the package and get the release and the case and all that. Probably would be okay for a kid, but I've seen the release. I wouldn't recommend it for an adult just because it's not well built. So for the $100 tin package, not too bad. Just know that it's all plastic. Plastic can break. Be careful with it. Don't leave it in any heat or anything or it'll warp it. But we'll be putting out more videos on this bow in the coming week or two as we get some time to take it outside and shoot it and change it and that sort of thing. So stay tuned for those. If you don't mind, hit that subscribe button below. Let us know what other products from Amazon that are archery related you'd like us to review, and we'll do it. And we thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all on tomorrow's video.